Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do something just a little bit different. There was some stuff that came out late last night that I really want to talk about. I want to get the video out with the quickness, and the easiest way for me to be able to show you guys what I'm talking about is to do it right here from my computer. So what are we talking about today? Well, do you think a Switch 2 might be too expensive? Have you not got a Switch 1 yet? Do you want an extra Switch to do Animal Crossing Island jumps and stuff like that? If you're looking for any of those reasons to possibly buy a Switch 1, today's video is going to be for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and welcome back to my channel, John Doe Juggalo. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like my daughter says, it's free, and you can always change your mind later. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is where you're going to find me discussing my favorite things about movies and music, video games, and the physical medias that surround all of those types of mediums. So please sit back and relax and check out this next video.
So last night on Facebook, there was someone that works at Walmart that put up that they knew some information, and they did show this off as or post this as anonymous, so we'll have to take that with a grain of salt. But let's get into what we're talking about here today, because it looks like it's just going to be for Walmart as a retailer, and that is it. But let's get into it, and then we'll discuss afterwards. Okay. So this participant starts off with, RIP Switch 1. Here's an insider for you. I'm a Walmart associate, and I was given the task to put the Switch 1 consoles in the discounted case. When the Switch 2 comes out in a few days, we are marking the OLEDs down to $249. Switch consoles, which would be your red box extended battery, will be $149. And the Switch Lite will come down to $99. More than likely, all stores will have the old consoles for this price, if not very similar. So check your store if you don't already have an OG Switch or an OLED. Or like I was saying, guys, in the case of just wanting an extra one or a second one, could be a really good price. For $99 to have a Switch Lite just to take around with you on the go might not be a bad idea. We only have a few consoles left, so act quick as soon as the new console drops. I'm planning on buying another OLED, and I'll get a Lite because I get an extra 10% employee discount. Which, yes, they do. They do get a 10% employee discount. And he says they only have a few consoles left. My Walmart has a case full of all kinds of different Switches. I can't really say what the mixture of. I feel like it's a mix of lights, OGs, and OLEDs all in one. But it's a nice, pretty full case. Okay, let me switch over here because I got more of that. Boom, there we go, guys. Ha. All right, and here's the picture he provided as well. Edit for everyone saying that's not what the sign says. I said after we stock the Switch 2, we are marking these down. We cleared the Switch case of these and put them in the discounted case. These are still full price until June 5th. Also, this is a Walmart thing, not a Nintendo thing. Whenever a new console drops, Walmart always marks down the last model to rid of stock. We will not be getting more Switch 1 or Lites anymore. The consoles you see in the photo I took is all the consoles we have and will ever have them. I find that to be pretty exciting because to me, that means that Walmart wants to fully stock the Switch 2. Now, my Walmart has rearranged their entire game section. And I could go in and make a video if you guys are interested in that. Let me know down below. If you guys want to see me do like a video kind of showing off my video game section now, because they have changed it up. I have took some pictures of some empty cases, because that's about all we have is empty cases in the on-brand accessories for the Switch 2 so far. But they rearranged my whole store, and they put Xbox and $20 games close to the back of the aisle in the back corner, kind of. So you have to walk past the PlayStation 5 games to get to the $20 games and the Xbox games, which doesn't make any surprise to me, because my Walmart has been trying to squeeze the Xbox section down to almost nothing for a while anyways. And what they did with the Switch 1 section is they put it at the front of the aisle, right across from the vinyl records. So I have vinyl records behind me, and across from that will be my Switch 2 games. It's on the same aisle as the Switch 1, but there's an aisle break. So you have to take that aisle break before you go to the Switch 1. So they're going to keep them separated just enough for no confusion whatsoever. And it could also be a thing where now, you go and you shop for your Switch 2, you get it, you got your case of Switch 2 games, and then it's like, hey, would you like some other games? There's Switch 1 games in this further aisle. So I think that's going to be a great way for them to go about it. Now, there will be people that will say, hey, Nintendo doesn't discount their consoles. And this is true. They didn't do it with the Wii U. Instead, what they did was they asked retailers to send them back. But that's because Nintendo was trying to buy as many consoles as they could just to be able to break them apart for parts to repair Wii U's for people like me that were big fans of them and had multiple consoles. If we don't have a way to get them repaired now, if we don't just know someone that can do it for us, because Nintendo bought everything they could to be able to have stock, and they've already ran that. Now, when the 2DS was going away and the 3DS was going away, when the Switch come out, they did discount the 2DSs all the way down to $70 and even included Mario Kart at one point. So I could totally see Switch Lites going for $99. I am totally not against that. I think that is the easiest intro for kids to get into gaming now would be the Switch Lite. It's a great little brother console, I guess you could call it. And considering that you can still use the Switch 1s and the Switch Lites as secondary screens for the Switch 2, I think $99 Switch Lites are going to be a great deal. An OLED for $250, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. That's $200 cheaper than a Switch 2. So if you're not quite ready to make that jump into a Switch 2, but you want to upgrade your old Switch, that'd be a good way to do it. Or if you even have a day one launch Switch, you could upgrade to the newer Redbox Switch that has like the extended battery. They're going to be $149 according to that post. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think a discount in Switch 1 consoles would be great to kind of push the Switch 1 over those sales to surpass the PlayStation 2 as the greatest console sold of all time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they do $99 Switch Lites, I'm trying to get a couple. I would love to have a purple one. And they're not really called purple, they're called indigo, but they remind me of the purple GameCube, which was also an indigo GameCube, but I called it purple. Anywho, I would want one of those myself. And I'm pretty sure I know a few people that would want a Switch Lite or just another Switch in general, just to be able to do stuff with Animal Crossing, because there's certain things you can do. You can start 2 towns up and have different fruits and harvest different things from different style towns. So there's all kinds of different things you can do with having 2 Switch consoles. And I just think that, it would be a great time for Nintendo to do that. I really do think that it would be smart in Walmart's decision to go ahead and get rid of their Switch overstock, because Walmart doesn't give that much space for video games as is. And the way they've rearranged their store, they're not really giving more space for Switch games, Switch 2, for more video games in general. They're giving more space for the Switch 2, but they're taking away space from the Xbox. And that kind of stinks for people that do like physical Xbox, but Xbox doesn't like physical for their consoles. So that's just kind of how that one is, right? Sadly. I mean, you know, maybe I am just a dinosaur stuck in my physical media ways, but Microsoft is pushing forward. They got that powerful Series X with no disk drive. You know, they're doing what they're doing, but they're giving Nintendo a little bit more space in the meantime, and I like that. Nintendo having a retail storefront is good for gaming and good for collectors, even if some of them are game key cards. But that's a whole other topic for a whole other day. Anyways, if you guys are down for Switch 1 discounts at what I consider to be an amazing price, you know, let's talk about it down below. Let me know if you're planning on maybe getting a $99 Switch Lite, or maybe, you know, even a $250 OLED is not a bad deal. But I will tell you, in my honest opinion, if you're going to get a $250 OLED, you might as well save up the other $200 and get a Switch 2. Because that is future-proof, and it does play your Switch 1 stuff. Most of it, as far as we know. Anyways, guys, the way that this is kind of set up, I don't know how much editing I'll really be able to do to it. I would like to take a moment to thank my members. I don't know if I can pop them up on the screen, but thank you all so very much for being members of the channel. If you also would like to join, if you're watching this now and you're not a member, you can hit that join button down below. I give early access to the members, and they help shape some of the videos that I make on the channel and whatnot. And if you'd like to show your support, you can do that right down below. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around with me on this one. This was more of a news story, more of a lookout, kind of a fair warning type of deal. But it doesn't change the fact that I'd like you guys to all remember to always keep it physical.